and bear a son. And when she saw him, that he was a goodly child, which means a lawful child, a true angelic child of the Most High, basically. Let's continue. And it says, she hid him 3 months. She hid this child 3 months because you already knew the execution that was going out. Understand what I'm saying? They knew the prophecy about the deliverance coming. So Moses so Pharaoh at that time put a hit out on our ancestors to kill every male child 2 years old and under. Slaughter them. Alright? And you can read about that in Exodus, the 1st chapter. This Pharaoh didn't know nothing about our forefather Joseph, which was a so-called black man, or his 11 brothers, which were so-called black brothers. Okay? How cool the first black Pharaoh was cool with Joseph. Okay? And he made Joseph in second command over the whole land of Egypt according to the Bible. Alright? Understand that situation, brothers and sisters, okay? But when he died, this new Pharaoh that came up, boy, he put a hit out. He was in fear of us. Because we kept growing more mighty and stronger by the word of the Most High, by Hashem of Mashiach Yahushua. Okay? So let's continue. And it say, verse 3 say, and when she could not longer hid him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes and dusted it with slime and with pitch and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. So she made a basket. Basically, she made a basket for Moses to lay in, and she sent them down the river. Alright? Understand that situation. Okay? Let's continue. Now what it say? Verse 4. Let's see what it said. And his sister stood afar off to wit what would be done to him. Moses' sister Miriam. She stood by Moses' side the whole time. She stood afar off. Basically, she was the watchman to watch and see what was going to happen to her brother. Okay? All this is a part of the Most High's plan. The deliverer is coming. Okay? Just like the AHDAWAN is coming. Understand? Talking about Mashiach Yahushua is coming. It's nothing new under the sun. History repeats itself. He's coming, so you better keep watch. You better keep doing these laws and commandments. That black Messiah is coming whether you want him to or not. Let's continue on with the story. And it say, and the daughter of Pharaoh, these Egyptians, now remember, Pharaohs were the Egyptians, alright? Understand the situation. The real black Egyptian, that is, not the more fake Egyptians that's down there now. Alright, let's continue. It says, and the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. So you know the Most High had to put it on her heart to send her maidens in to go fetch this basket. Understand what I'm saying? To bring Moses in as a babe. Okay? Nothing doesn't happen without the Most High allowing it to happen through His Word, which is the mediator between us and the Most High, who is Shachaawar HaMashiach, whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Let's continue. Alright? And it say, verse 6 say, and when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept, which means Moses cried out. Okay? And she had compassion on him, and said, this is one of the Hebrews' children. She said that Moses was one of the Hebrews' children. So it means that the Hebrew Israelites are black. Moses was a Hebrew. He was an Israelite. That's why we call it Hebrew Israelites. Understand that situation. Alright? Understand that. There's no mistaken or misunderstanding about that. Okay? It's evidence. This is evidence right here. It's clear. Moses was a black Hebrew Israelite. And we just proved that. Let's continue. And it says, Then said his sister to Pharaoh, which means she was a black, his Moses Miriam was a black woman too. Understand why? Because she was Moses' sister. I mean, she was a black woman too. Moses' mother was black. Moses' father was black. They was of the tribe of Levi. They was all Hebrew Israelite black, man and woman. Let's continue. And it say, then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter. Okay, so this is Moses' sister talking to Pharaoh's daughter. Okay, she was watching over the whole time, and she got bold and came to Pharaoh's daughter. Miriam was a brave sister, boy. I'm going to tell you that now. Let's continue. Alright, it says, shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women? Of the Hebrew women. First of all, Pharaoh's daughter knew that the baby Moses was a Hebrew Israelite black man. Get that straight. She knew that. Okay? But she ain't really had no problem of saying, oh yeah, he was black, because they were all black and they knew the Hebrews was black. They didn't have that color situation back then. But we got it right now. Why? Because our people destroy for lack of knowledge and don't want to recognize. Understand? It's a veil that has been poured over our people's eyes. And then we've been Americanized. And then our mind is in spiritual chains and spiritual slavery. Understand? By this world government. They've been raping our people's minds spiritually and feeding them lies by this false doctrine that they've been twisting up for years. But now the truth is coming out. Why? Because the other one is coming. Let's continue. Alright? And it says, then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee? So like I said, Pharaoh's daughter knew that Moses was a Hebrew. She went to call one of the Hebrew women to nurse the Hebrew child, the baby boy that she had. Okay? Basically, which Moses became Pharaoh's daughter adopted son. Basically, that's what happened. Let's continue. And it said, Pharaoh's daughter, it says, verse 7 says, then said his sister, she said, Hebrew woman, that she may nurse the child for thee. Check out, let's read verse 8. It says, and Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. So she went to go get her mother. What daughter you know I ain't gonna go get the mother? Okay, I'm gonna go get my mama to raise my brother. We're gonna keep this in the family. You know how our people are. So she went to go get the mother. So this was in the perfect plan of how it was about to go about. Okay, remember, Moses is still a baby now. Let's continue. And it said, and Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, go. And the maid went. Okay, she was a young maid. And it says, and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, take this child away and nurse it for me. Okay, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it. So check this out. So first of all, she got her child back. Most High gave her child back to her. Second of all, she got paid to take care of her child. Understand what I'm saying? Not only was she able to get a child back, but now she receiving wages and money to take care of her child. Understand it? You mean to tell me the whole time Moses' mother taking care of him, she didn't tell him who he was and show him who his brother and sister was? Moses always knew who he was. That is how you know the Ten Commandment movie is lying. This black woman, of course you know a black mother at that. You know she like, look, basically like this, you know, a black mama like, look, this your mama, this your grandmama, this your grandparent, this your 4 brothers and 4 sisters, little Ray, little Black, little Mookie. You know how it go. Especially when you go to a family reunion. Understand the situation. Let's get back to the story here. So now let's go to verse 10. It says, and the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son, and she called his name Moses. So Pharaoh's daughter named Moses, Moses, okay? Which is Moshe in Hebrew, okay? It says, and she said, because I drew him out of the water. That's what Moshe means. Draw out of the water. Understand it. Let's continue. Okay? So obviously, like I said, man, you know. So when a child grew into a strong, becoming strong and everything, remember, he learned who he was, inheritance and everything else from his people, because Moses was among his people. She took the child and she nursed him, and she raised her own child. So of course Moses always knew who he was. So-called black Hebrew Israelite. That's why when Moses seen somebody smack one of his brothers, he looked this way and he looked that way, and he took him out. Plain and simple. Alright? Understand that situation. And let's prove that. Let's go to Exodus chapter, within the same chapter actually. Exodus chapter 2, verse 11. Understand? So let's continue. It says, and it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown, he was a grown man, and he went out unto his brother, Hebrew Israelites. He knew that they was his brother. These so-called black men that were Hebrew Israelites as he was. Understand? It says, let's continue. And looked it on their burdens, and he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, which is one of his brothers. Remember, Moses was what? A so-called Hebrew Israelite. No, he was a so-called black man that was a Hebrew Israelite. Okay? One of his brothers. And he looked this way and that way, and when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian, okay, and hid him in the sand. Moses hid him in the sand. He slew him, killed him, buried him in the sand. So, you know, Moses came out, he sings, oh, okay, that's how it's going down. Alright, well, check this out. You're about to be a dead man. You can imagine what was going through Moses' mind. I'm about to take Slim out. This Bama put his hands on one of my brothers. One of my brothers, I'm going to take that Bama out. So check this out. So Moses looked this way. He looked that way. He said, okay, ain't nobody out this joint. I'm here. I'm about to slaughter this Bama. So check this out. So Moses came upon him, slew the Egyptian, buried him in sand like bird curving up every day. Trying to kill one of my brothers? You guys felt your mind. So check this out, man. We're going to continue another session in so-called black history. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom. I'm Shachaawar Gabal Ben Shaw Yasharala. That means black warrior, son of Yasharala, which means Israel, which means the prince that has power. And we're going to say shalom to all my brothers of so-called Negro, West Indian, North Indian, South Indian, and Hispanic descent, and of the people of the so-called tribes of Lemba, Tutsi, Igbo, Hebrew, and Hebrew, which is actually called, okay, and Ashantis, which is one nation of people, which are the children of Israel, that got scattered amongst all the world, under every nation under heaven. I'm going to say shalom, which means peace and greetings and departure until next time. Alright? Understand that situation, man. We're people out here. This is the last thing I'm going to say before I close this session. We are people, man. We are one people, man. Let's get these shit together and let's stop fighting amongst all these camps out here, man. We one people, one nation of people, man. Alright? Which are the most high chosen people, man. Let's teach the most high in the name of Mashiach Yahushua people the truth, man. Understand, no one man is greater than another. No one camp is greater than the other camp. We're supposed to be a unity. We're supposed to be a family. Let's stop this madness, man. We all can learn from one another. Like the book of Proverbs say, iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. Alright? What I don't know, you can teach me. And what I don't know, I can teach you. We're supposed to sit down and reason together. Not create all this calamity and this catastrophe. It's off.